It's Darren from Jace Media, and this morning in the chair we have the man responsible for the engine room of Aussie Hard Rockers Shotgun Mistress, Mr. Diamond Dave Daniel. How are you, buddy?
Darren, I'm very well. Thank you to Jace Media for having me on the show. We appreciate your time.
Listen, it's not a problem, mate. It's just it's good to chat.
Finally.
Obviously, you've got a new single coming out.
We certainly do. It's a goodie, this one. So
Yes.
If you really like your Guns N' Roses, you're gonna love the new one that we're just about to release at the moment, which is called Bleed Me Out. So that's coming out on the 3rd of May. So haven't got too much longer. So jump online, get on all the socials as we sort of share it out to everybody around the world. Pre-order it, save it, and then get it in those ear holes for the 3rd of May.
Plug there, David.
Sorry?
That's a shameless plug there. Just like straight in.
It was pretty good.
Give me time to breathe. Fuck me, man. Straight in. It's different from the other stuff.
It certainly is. It's from what we've released so far, it's a little bit more harder driving, I suppose. I've Save Me From Myself, which was our number one that we had here, which was our very first single that we released that's off the album. Then we've done Glorious Machine, which we got another number one for that one. Then we did Collide, which was the cartoony one, which was our third release, where we couldn't film anything. And then we've done Bleed Me Out. So the video clip and everything will be coming straight behind this. It'll be about 2 weeks after the release of the song, and then we'll get everything ready to go. So we keep the momentum running at all times, and then just sort of keep it going from this point in now, which would be good.
So I'm hopefully going to try and get. I know you've got a little mini tour coming on. I'm going to try and get my boy along.
Yes.
To do it, and hopefully whatever show he can get to, if it's as close to maybe like a weekend, I'll be able to do a kind of live, as it happens, because I've asked him to do some pictures and some videos. So once he does that and sends me it, I can do it as it happens. And
do you want me to get him up on stage as well? Like, just to really amp everything up a little bit.
He's like, he'll be sitting in the corner with his camera like this.
I'll be like, bullshit, get over here. Come and have some fun.
He lives in Mulgrave.
Oh, perfect. Well, we've got a few shows coming up in Melbourne. So we've got 2 now. We've actually just had a new release come in. So we have, I think, I don't even know the dates because I haven't got the dates in front of me, but I will certainly put it up on the socials so everyone can actually see it. But there is definitely 2. So if he would like to come to one, I'd like for him to come to the Workers Club on the 22nd.
Okay.
I'll send you all the details if you want to forward that over to your son.
Yeah.
The Workmen's Club in Brunswick. That one is for one of our good friends, which is Eat the Damn Orange. It's their album release. So It's the launch party. We've just been invited to come onto that one, and it's just going to be one hell of a night of rock and roll. So that will be a night not to bloody miss out on.
Well, I'll definitely. I think I'll be talking to him on Monday, so I'll say to him, look, if you can go to this one. Because when I said to him about going to the first show you were going to do, he's like, well, I'm not sure, Dad. I'm like, listen, it'll be great. Go and meet the guys, go backstage and get some pictures and stuff. And he's like, right, okay. And then he said to his 2 flatmates, my dad's want me to go and see this band. So they got a couple of the songs up, and the boys are like, yeah, man, they're fucking great. Let's go and see them. So they all bought tickets, and they're like, fucking let's go, And then obviously your lockdown came, and he's like, Christ, the boys are like, I'm not fucking giving up my tickets.
We're in the bloody same boat. We're like so excited to play again because it had been, we haven't played on stage live since March. So we're just ready to tear the bloody stage a new one. Like anyone who sort of gets on stage with us, we just want to share the stage, have some fun, get out there, entertain everybody possible that we can, and just really bloody entertain everyone. But in a crazy, manner. Is what we possibly
how is lockdown? Is it easing? Is it getting better?
It has actually been pretty good. So everyone's been able to sort of go to work. The mask restrictions, everything are pretty much gone now. So it's actually going from what we originally had, where we couldn't really do anything, move around or do basically anything. to actually being able to move around now and actually do stuff. It's actually, there's a positive sign behind it. I actually saw my first show at Sookie Lounge up in Belgrave for the first time it was probably about 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks ago. Wow. And we checked out a new metal band. It's the young guys, and Void of Vision, they were called. And just like releasing a bloody tiger out of the cage, the front man was just insane. But to see the actual show and people in a venue again was so, it was just like, you felt a bit strange at the start. Like, it was like, shit, there's actually people here. Yeah. But then seeing it, it kind of quickly sort of erased, and then you're kind of like, oh, this is what I've missed, like this whole bloody time.
So what I say to artists when I'm interviewing them and stuff, for you guys it must be hard. You've sat there, you've wrote the music, you've then recorded it, and then it sits on the shelf until someone says you can go and do it. For us guys as reviewers, I mean, I review every single day. I go to work. I work for a golf company, and I go to work every day from 7 o'clock in the morning till 6:30 at night.
Bloody hell. Yeah, okay.
And I come home and I may have an interview or I may have a review, and we're lucky because I probably get about 50 pieces of music every week.
Of course you would. You would.
And it shows. It'd
be hard, you too, but
but I think it still shows though. I think it still shows though, David, that there is people willing to make music in the lockdown and want to get it out there. So it's exactly. I feel quite privileged that we can still review music and then chat to guys like yourself and bands like yourself who just want to get out there, and do it,
Of course.
And I think my last gig was a young lady called Samantha Fish.
Yep.
On the 28th of February.
Yes.
2020.
Shit. Okay.
So that was my last foray into live music, and then we went into lockdown, and I got put on furlough.
Yep.
From the first week in March till the 31st of August. And sat at home, and all I was doing was just reviewing music every single day, 7 days a week. 10, 11 hours a day, and really built up the website. So much so that we get 100 to 120,000 views every month.
Oh, right, fucking hell. But that's good. That is a good thing.
Absolutely, and it lets me reach guys like you and people like Gary Beers, and people like the new blues explosion that's coming out just now, and people like the Mercy Kills who have covered.
So we've got a gig with those guys coming up too. We're playing a few shows with them actually next month, so it's going to be. We've got a really good lineup, so we're pretty much doing it all with our label buddies from Golden Robot Records. We have the Mercy Kills. Stone Trip will be headlining a few shows. We've got 4 shows with them, I think, next month. So it should be actually a pretty crazy little lineup and a little bit of fun traveling around up to the country and sort of come back into the town and having a little bit more fun there. And I'm just hanging the fucking stage. I just haven't been on stage.
You're talking to the Mercy Kills. And they'll go,
have they given you a T-shirt?
No, I get nothing.
All right, well, we're going to have to organise something here, right?
David, I get nothing.
You have to get a T-shirt out.
I get nothing. You go on and you say, oh, your T-shirt looks cool. And then everybody goes, go to the merch shop. And I'm like,
just give me one. It's all good, brother. I'll sort it out.
But listen, I think the way I look at it as well is that you guys, are you don't want to use the word struggling for money, but when you come on and people go, "Have you got my CD?" Your record company sent it, and sometimes you don't want to be like, "Oh, I'm aching for a T-shirt," or "I'm aching for a CD or a skip hat," because it's all about money. When guys do live streams, I'll always go on money. It's important that you guys get as much help as you can.
That's exactly right, and that's what we're trying to create in the first place. You're trying to create we couldn't tour, we couldn't play, so we're trying to create a bit of an online type fan base, I suppose. Trying to work that in between, as you said, like with your job and doing this at the same time too. It's really difficult. It's hard, we've got families and so forth, so we've got to try and dedicate our time, efficiently, I suppose is the right way to say it. and to get everything out there. Glenn does a fantastic job, our front man. So does Matt. He does some online stuff, and Ben. So we've got a group of guys who just want to work. We don't want to be doing what we want to be doing with work anymore. Like, we're done with work. We're in our 40s now, and it's like, well, hang on. This is time to sort of give back and give back to the people who we love, and we do it because we're passionate about doing it. Yeah. And we just entertain people and just have a good time with everybody that we can, party with.
Yeah,
I suppose is the right way to say it.
I think the thing is, for me as well, is that when you do like new up and coming bands, and my boss will say, "Oh, I've got this new band, you want to have a look at them?" I'm the chief writer, so I do all the new stuff and everything, And each of your singles that I've done, I've amassed over 2,000 hits.
Yeah, which is amazing. I'm surprised, because the whole thing at the start was just for a bit of a joke. We got kind of sick of listening to all the music and crap that was on the radio here. And Matt and I just sort of thought, well, fuck it, let's get together. And then Matt sort of put us all together, I suppose, in the right way. He obviously had a little bit more of a vision with all the guys, because he'd played with all of us before, and he puzzle pieced us all together. And then, within 2 weeks of Matt and I just rehearsing some of the stuff that he had, some riffs. He had Glenn walking in the door, and I was like, that dude kind of looks like a bit of a rock star, doesn't he? As soon as he kind of walked through the door. And I was like, I hope the voice can match, like what we're doing here.
So that hasn't washed his hair for a couple of weeks. He looks like a rock star. Yeah, one of those ones, yeah. But, I think it's good that, the 4 guys that's passionate about, a project coming together and making it a reality. And the interesting thing for me is that I've found there's loads of Australian bands that's coming through, loads of them,
There's so much good talent here at the moment.
Ablaze,
yeah, another good band. Yep, of course. Yep.
No,
there's so much good talent here in Melbourne. Like, it's just so probably underrated more than anything, I suppose. But you hit when you can actually hit the circuits, and you can actually start to get right out there and actually start to see who's around. There's so much talent all around Melbourne. Like, it's just amazing. Yeah. There's so many good bands. Like, I can't reel off all these bands because they're just, everybody's so talented here. Yeah, which is a good thing, And Australia's got some good music to give to the world at the same time too.
It seems that it's steeped in a lot of like good musicians. There's lots of talented guys out there who, just release a single and people go, wow, they sound really good, and it explodes from there. Which is good for us. As I say, I must have about 10, 12, maybe 13 bands that I've covered in Australia. And, from punk to blues to rock to metal, to your death metal, to your melodic soft stuff. So there's an array of talent, which is great.
Yeah, well, Matt's got a new band, which is our guitarist. He's doing he's done so many albums with his new band. Werewolves, they're called. Check that out if you like your real heavy, hard, fast. Phenomenal. He's got the best of the best players here in Australia. Best drummer Dave, and Sam on bass as well. Very talented buggers.
Yeah, but what are you talking about? You're awesome. The drummer. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, but Dave, I'm just a hard rock drummer. I'm not like a full-on blast metal drummer. Yeah, those days are gone. I'm getting too old for that shit. I just like to cruise along now and just keep the rhythm section nice and tight, and that's pretty much it. There's no ego involved. It is just basically keep my band solid and basically try and project that sort of sound. Like you got your Phil Rudd where he just kind of just gives it all he's got, kind of put a little bit of Tommy Lee behind me, with a couple of tricks and a few other little licks that we have to make it a little bit more entertaining as you're showing. So instead of sort of watching a guy who looks like a fucking robot, you just kind of let loose a little bit and have fun with it. But that's basically what it's about.
I think that's what happens. The engine room is always the entertainment.
Exactly.
That keeps the rhythm, it keeps the groove, it keeps focal point.
Yep.
And I think that's fantastic. And I must say though, the fact that that you've caught the eye of Golden Robot, is a big thing as well, because they're no slouches in the music industry. They're actually
turning to be one of the largest record companies in the world at the moment as well. Like if you look at the statistics and the bands and so forth that they've actually got, and how much they've got under their umbrella at the moment. Golden Robots is our founding members, but then we've got Crusader Records, which we're on their metal label. So that's who we're actually with, but still have the help of everybody through that whole network to actually help us achieve what we need to achieve. And then we push hard as well to try and get out there as much as we possibly can. And create, what we have now. So now we can actually start moving and start traveling now again and actually playing live, where you got a product that everyone's kind of heard online. Then they're like, right, now we want to see the entertainment side of it. So you got to kind of have both, you got to kind of have your stage show, and the sound, what you sound like live.
You've got, I think you've got to have the presence that you've got when people listen to the record, and I think that's important. So obviously on the back of the mini tour, what's the plans after that? What are you hoping for?
After that one, we're actually going to be, mid-year, we're going to be finally going to be releasing the album. So
see, the time you bring it out, Dave, I'll have a fucking beard down here.
It'll be 2053. That's the release date, all right? No, we're aiming to do it for middle of this year. Yes, I haven't got exact dates at the moment, and if I did, I probably wouldn't be able to share it anyway. But it'll be mid-year definitely, and then after that, hopefully when the weather starts to pick back up again. We're just wanting to get out as many shows as we possibly can now and just sort of do anything and everything that we possibly can to keep, as I said, to keep the momentum rolling, get the fans and sort of keep everything going as much as we bloody possibly can.
Yeah, so it's hard. I mean, it must be hard. I think as a performer as well, when it's what you do and someone says, well, you can't do that, you can
think, big shit. It's just like, fuck, I want to do it, but health and everything comes first, obviously, to anyone, and then family and everybody as well, which we respect all that. It's just now, we could get slammed with another wave. We don't know at the moment. It's just play it by ear. We go try and book some shows and just try and do it, and then just try to sort of see how we go from there, I suppose, and just take it as it comes. If we can do it, then we can do it. So fuck, let's give it a good go.
Yeah, I think
whilst we can.
I think you have to. It's England and Scotland, they're kind of easing out of lockdown at the moment. What they're kind of doing is they're opening like bars and restaurants to eat outside, not inside until the end of May.
Wow.
And then hoping that we have there's a little festival over here in Troon called Winterstorm.
Okay.
That was cancelled last year, but you have people like the Dead Daisies, Alcatraz. You have Alcatraz. Jeff Tate. From Queensryche, and these guys want to come and play at this little festival. It holds 800 people. It's the weekend of music, and we're thinking that this is going to be the first tester for fans. In November. So. We at Jace Media, we're getting lots of inquiries about bands coming, Australia and America, Germany, to do some PR work, and for me to go out on tour and do some security work, and that's kind of end of November.
Okay.
So we've got probably another 6 months to go before we hopefully get a shining light, with you guys. My son will say to me, says, I went into a bar last week, Dad, with no face mask, and a girl looked at me as if I had two heads, because I'm thinking, she's like,
it's strange. It is. It's very strange, like kind of going out at the moment, like you're just not used to it because you're so used to having a fucking mask and everything on, and it's just like going into the supermarket and shopping. It's kind of like you feel like you're a bloody robber, you know what I mean? Like walking in, because you can't, you're like this, like trying to look in and see everyone. And it's like now you can sort of see people's faces again. It's just like, wow. It is. It's sort of played in a lot of people, including myself.
But I guess that Dave, that means that's a good sign that you're coming out of lockdown. Which is it's a welcome sign. I know a lot of people are now still stand back from things like this, but I guess that when you, like you said, you went to your first show 6 weeks ago, and you're like, wow, I've got an actual body next to it. It's amazing. Well, I haven't had that since last February, and it's strange, and you hope that one day that it'll get back to that, where sweaty bodies are stuck in a room with sweat dripping off the ceiling when you're listening to a really good band. And
exactly right.
Hopefully, when Ollie comes to your show, he'll come out and go, "Fuck me, Dad, I was sweating." I hope.
Well, if he's not after our show, there's going to be something wrong.
Do you know what though, Dave? I think that him and his two mates were really looking forward to it. They're like, yeah, let's get into fucking, let's go in and do it. And then I said to him, listen, to me, man, I think the show's going to be cancelled. He's like, why? I said, oh, there's something wrong with one of the family and lockdown. He went, shit. And his mates went, fuck, man, that's fucking shit. I'm not selling my ticket, So that's brilliant. They've listened to the songs and they went, yeah, they're really good. So it's nice that guys, because my son's he's into grime, all that fucking grime shite with CDs and all that fucking. But he said to me, he says, no, and I said, go and take some pictures, go and chat to the guys. And he's like, what do you mean? He says, tell the guys who you are, get a picture and all that, and I'll post it on the website, and then do some live videos, and then get a chat. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, just got a chat. Because for him, it's like this total new thing that I'm sort of thrusting him into the limelight to go and meet these bad Australians.
Telling he is welcome with us anytime. All right, we'll take him under our wing and we'll show him a good time, and hopefully him and his two friends will come and actually have some bloody fun with us. Listen, we have to have a good time. And
I'm absolutely sure they will, because they were saying they were just so looking forward to it. So when you give me the details of the 22nd, I'll say, look, why don't you go to the show, do the same thing, take some pictures, get a set list. I'm saying to him, get a set list for me, take some pictures, get a couple of videos, and I'll do the rest. I said, and that'll maybe open you up to going to more shows to do stuff for me, because we don't have an Australian cover at the moment.
Okay.
I've got someone in New York. I've got someone in Melbourne. Someone in New Zealand. Someone in New York, but we don't have an Australian one. So it'd be good to get him out there to do that.
Mate, we thank you kindly to get us out here, and we'll hope to entertain everybody in your lounge rooms. So everyone can sort of see and feel like you're with us.
The sound you've got is just incredible. You know that anyway. It's just it's a different vibe. And the new song's different again, which will keep the interest for.
Well, we've got a couple of new ones to actually throw at you as well. That when we utilised the time when we were in lockdown, so we started writing some new songs for the second album. We haven't even released the first one yet, but we started with the second one already. So we're going to give you a little sample of what the second one's going to be like as well. So we've got two new ones, like brand new ones, coming out as well. So your son will get to see all that, and hopefully, without saying too much about it, hopefully, this one will be pretty good too.
And obviously, when coming near the end of the year, would you have plans to tour Britain and Europe? Is that something
we would certainly like to say within the 12 to 22 months? Then yes, we will definitely be aiming for that for sure. We'll probably end up doing Australia first due to the circumstances, obviously, that we actually have. As soon as everything kind of sort of mellows down a little bit more and we can sort of move around, then yes, there's nothing more that we want is to be able to come over, get out there and really sort of spread our wings and start moving around.
And is the aim to do it on a full-time basis, Dave? Is that the thing?
My aim, yes, my dream, I should say more to the point, would be to give up my business as per se and actually pursue drumming as a full-time career. Now, to where that takes me and how far and, where, I don't know. I just like to hope and wish that I can do it. I am kind of living my dream by actually just doing it anyway. It doesn't matter if I'm playing to somebody or, to myself or anything like that. It's just the passion that we have, all of us, just to be able to perform, and it's just a gift that we've got that we want to be able to share with everybody. You know what I mean? Like something like what we're doing right now. I don't really care. I could take you out in the shed and I'll play some drums, and I just have a bit of a good time with you.
Yeah. See, when you just said they'll take you out in the shed, that means something totally different.
Well, not that respect, all right?
That means something totally different, Dave, in Scotland. Taking you to the shed. I mean,
that's sort of, I just picked on how that sort of sounded back in my head. It didn't sound too good.
I said I was doing an interview with a band in Switzerland on Monday.
Yep.
I said to the guy, so do you disagree? Are you always in agreement? And he said, no. What we do is I sit on Edis and I say to him, this is what we're doing. And I said, we have a saying in Scotland. And he went, what is the saying? I said, just say to him, Edis, I'm going to give you a doon. And he said, what's this? I said, a doon means he's going to fucking get that. And he went, and he said to him, he turned and he said, in his Swiss accent, Edis, I am going to give you a doon. And I was like, and he said, my God, the Scottish people, you're so fucking mental. And I went, yeah, well, mate.
Mental, but in a great bloody way.
And they like to spread the joy. That's what we want to do. Spread the joy.
Spread away.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we are. I'd love to get over there as soon as we possibly can, and actually catch up properly in person too.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that to happen. I've got another little band over there who are hopefully coming across. Wicked Smile.
Wicked Smile, no.
They're from.
I might have seen maybe one of their ads or something here, but no.
He a boy called Steve Janewski and a boy called Danny Sticati.
No, I can't say that I've actually heard them. No.
They're apparently Melbourne, so they're apparently they do a lot of stuff at GM Sound Studios.
No, I haven't even heard of that one. Okay. I've got to get out. Oh, Jesus Christ, what did COVID fucking do to me?
You need to get with it, man. Passing all this information. You're like, what are you talking about?
Oh, my God. I do need to get it together.
Yeah, Dave, get your shit together.
All right, I better drink up a bit more Guns N' Roses tea. This helps me get my shit together.
Hell, man. So listen, it's been great. I hope that when you do eventually get the album, I'll be one of the first to hear it, because
certainly will be. You certainly will be.
It's about 5 years since you gave me the first single, because I'm waiting for it.
I'm waiting for your beard to get a little bit longer,
And more grey. Man.
I might have a few wispy bits in there. You can see it. Yeah.
Silver fox.
It looks great. It looks bloody great. Come on.
Listen, but I do, when you get it to me, what we always do, we always make a big spread. So we'll do a big piece on you, like we always do. We'll do, if there's a video, we do the video, and then they do my interview. So when the album comes out, we'll hopefully get the four of you together.
Yep.
We'll do an interview. We'll maybe do a couple of videos, and then we'll send it out. And as I say, that always seems to make the biggest impact when you've got video and an interview, and we not sometimes play a song in the background.
Of course.
Yeah,
the more content we've actually got together that we can sort of puzzle piece everything together, of course, it's going to create more of an impact on everybody from all around the world, because it keeps the momentum always running. And that's what people want to see. They kind of want to see what we're doing right now, being who we are, being a little bit more intimate, more relaxed, instead of being like this person who's up on the stage and, they're idolising and looking up to. I'd rather just do this with my fans and with friends and so forth, which is great.
Yeah, reprobates like me, Dave. Yeah. I get. See, this is just a good thing. This is like two guys just chatting, but you're talking about music, you're talking about the future, you're talking about the love of rock and roll, and people, the fans who will know you from Britain will go, fuck, Dave's just a normal guy. When I spoke to Glenn, we were just chatting away, and he was like dead. I was just, fuck this and fuck that reason. He's going, whoa, this is fucking brilliant. The video came across really well, and people go, these guys are just normal guys who
Right.
They've got day jobs, and most just want to make it out there, in the big wide world. So that's kind of what we like to do. We like to get you out there. This is this new band. Check them out. You won't be disappointed, and people go, "Wow, they're really good." And I've got lots of positive responses from people that will be sharing it with. So let's get it out there. Let's get you out there. Let's get the new single dropping in my inbox, mate. You should have made it the 5th of May because that's my birthday.
Oh, well, I can if you want.
Make it the 5th.
Do you want me to put that in the 5th of May in your inbox, or would you like it on the 3rd?
Just say to John Howarth, listen, John, this is the deal. You have to make it the 5th of May. That's it. And then it'll all be good.
With a big, and it's going to come up like an explosion on your computer screen. It's like, happy fucking birthday, Darren. And then the song will just play.
Cake. My face coming out of like that.
Oh, come on, that's got to be right.
My shotgun Mistress t-shirt that I'm fucking still waiting on.
All right,
but hey,
all right, so I better hurry up and get it over there to you then, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you fucking should, mate. Fucking hell, man.
Well, have you sent details over so I can get one?
Glenn has them because I sent it to Glenn on a messenger, but I understand with stuff that's going on. Maybe there's other plans, but it's fine. Listen, I've always said to you, Dave, I don't come on and go, oh, give me this, give me that. It's just for me, it's to get you guys out there because with being a reviewer, people come on and go, what the fuck's he wearing? And it's like, who are those guys and who are these guys? And that's what's good about it. So that's shameless.
We appreciate everything you do for us, Darren. We really do. So I will make it happen. I've actually got tomorrow off, so I can actually get to the post office and actually mail you one across. Now, you large or you extra large or what extra size? Large.
Look at me. I'm the size of a fucking house, man. I'm
You got the cannons. Look, cannons, I love it.
Yeah, look, kill someone. Kill someone, Dave.
You could fit 4 lanes down there.
Could be you. Look at the swans.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Taking up a lot of your time, Dave. It's been great to chat to you. I appreciate your time. It's great to finally connect. We'll keep in touch. We'll continue to message. Give me as much information as you can regarding the release dates and stuff, and we will plaster it out there and get you out there and get you noticed. The video will probably go out tomorrow.
Awesome. Just give us a text whenever it goes out, and then I'll make sure it goes out in all our socials all around here and all around Australia. So
it goes to Australia, goes to America, goes to Europe. So some pick it up, because there's a lot of interest, especially in Germany for bands like yourself. So someone will pick it up and go, we better take pity on these poor dudes. Let's get them out there.
That's exactly right. We're going to take the gamble, don't we?
Absolutely.
You just never know where and who's watching. So
yeah, absolutely. Now, listen,
thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. This is Darren from Jace Media with Diamond Dave Daniel from Shotgun Mistress. It's been an absolute pleasure, bud. Let's keep in touch. Let's stay safe. Let's get the album out there, and I'll speak to you soon.
No worries. Fist bump it.
Cheers,
beautiful. Good work, brother.
Cheers, fella.
Take care.
Cheers, bud.
See you, bro.